So I'm turning 40. I'm excited, but I'm also shit scared. Growing up and becoming this person, living in Thailand, moving to Thailand, living in Bali for 6 weeks, living in Phuket for 6 months, traveling to London, traveling to Malaysia, going to Hong Kong, dreaming of working online, dreaming of earning US dollars on the internet, dreaming of working with people from all over the world, seeing Disneyland in Hong Kong, attempting to go to Singapore and not being allowed in the country, almost losing my visa in Thailand. Like all of these things, all of these experiences have brought me to this point. And I'm recording this 2 days before my birthday, but I'll be releasing this video on my birthday. And I wanted to talk about what it feels like to be here, to be trying to do YouTube, to be a freelance, to have been a freelancer on Upwork for 7 years. I started on Upwork. You won't find my profile there right now, but I mostly hire now. I mostly hire people on Upwork now. And I wanted to just sort of hang back and talk about this journey. Some of you may have seen my origin story, which I'm going to link in a card, and how I actually got to this point. But I want to talk about sort of the future, and I want to talk about some of the things that I've been feeling the last couple of days. And you've probably seen me. I'm somebody who's fairly driven. I've always had an opinion about things, but always been quiet about it. So meaning, like, I'll talk to myself in my mind about the things that I want, and in the past I wouldn't share those things. I would write journals and I would talk about some of the goals that I had in terms of money, in terms of relationships, in terms of my children, just in terms of travel, like goals like cars and money and all of these things. And turning 40, I've got to admit I've done a lot of things in my life, but I also haven't done a lot of things in my life. And it's a bittersweet feeling, because while I'm grateful for all of the things that I've got and done and experienced, there's this part of me which is the entrepreneurial part, which is the growth part, which is the part of me that says, hey, like you could have been further along. You should have been further along. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm starting to realize that it's not the end of the world if I don't accomplish everything that I put my mind to. I don't expect to accomplish everything that I put my mind to. And it's one of those things where I've just got to accept that. When we don't get the ice cream that we want, sure, maybe as a 5-year-old we would throw a tantrum, but if the store runs out of our favorite flavor, then that's okay. Like, we can either go to another store, or we could say, well, we'll get that tomorrow, or we can wait maybe even longer than a day. And this is what I'm realizing at 40, is that while growing this YouTube channel has been a challenge, and I gave up on it for a long time, I realize now that it's the consistency, it's the showing up, it's the messages, it's the experimentation that is actually the thing that's going to help me the most. And that's the journey, right? One of my friends said to me earlier is that the journey is more important. And it's actually a quote that she used, where she said, life's a journey, not a destination, from Steven Tyler. And Steven Tyler said, life's a journey, not a destination. And now, at this age, I'm starting to realize what that means. I'm starting to realize that, having all the magical marketing tricks or driving Facebook ads to a landing page is not the only thing that drives your business. And doing it once or trying it once doesn't mean that it's failed. And when you send an email to somebody to try to ask them for a certain thing, maybe you want to be on their podcast, or maybe you want to do a collab with them, or maybe you want them to be a client. If they don't respond to you, it's not the end of the world. The rejection is part of life. And it's kind of like, if we give ourselves the opportunity to succeed, meaning instead of sending only one message to the girl to try to get a date, maybe message 100 girls that you like. Or maybe be persistent with that one girl and send her flowers, send her chocolates, speak to her brother, like make friends with the brother, or like do multiple things, do many things to try to get the attention of that girl or that client. Or instead of just trying to do ads once on Facebook, try multiple campaigns. Try multiple landing pages. Try multiple ebooks. Try multiple things. That's the journey. When you're trying to build a business, you're not going to only make one product. You could, but then maybe you market that product 100 different ways. Or maybe instead of speaking to 5 people, whether they like it or not, speak to 5,000 people. When you're trying to build a YouTube channel, you can't make one YouTube video and expect it to grow. You've got to be consistent. You've got to do the thing all the time. And so this is what I'm realizing, is that at this age, even though I've come a long way, in order to accelerate growth, we've got to be doing more things, using the right tools, using maybe outsourcing, and I'll link to a video speaking about outsourcing. We've got to use maybe marketing budgets, and I'll link to a marketing budget video there now, to be able to grow the business, to be able to leverage time, leverage money, hire people, outsource certain tasks to people to get more things done. Check out your data, check out analytics, figure out what's working and what's not working. Keep going. And I guess I'm making this video for myself for when I'm 50, or maybe for my younger self. And I hope this is helpful to you. If you're nearing 40, if you think it's too late, if you think it's not the right time, well, you know the saying, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the next best time is right now. So this video is planting a tree, hopefully, in your mind. It's planting the seed, planting the idea. And more than anything, I'm making this video for myself to remind me later on that things take time, and it's okay to keep trying, to not necessarily fail, but to succeed in the failure, to be one step closer, to be one video closer, to be one subscriber closer, to be one view closer. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.